So as we continue our series on how to kill various superheroes, what I want to do here is talk about Batman. And the reason why is because I was going through the comments section of my video on Franklin Richards, which by the way, I had to comb through something like 700 comments because YouTube kept automatically hiding them. So if you guys decide to comment in this video, don't put the word kill because YouTube will automatically flag it and I'll have to go through for a whole day and try to filter them all out. So if you want to show up and you want to talk about how to kill Batman, just say how to defeat Batman. It'll make things a whole lot easier. But the reason why I did this is because a lot of you guys want to know how to kill Batman. Like a lot of people were posting comments like, do how to kill Batman, how to kill Batman. Like I want to know how you kill Batman. Now, here's the kicker. Unlike Wolverine and Deadpool, who have extremely advanced healing factors, or Franklin Richards, who can basically do anything he wants with his ability to warp reality, Batman is simply a mortal human being with no special powers whatsoever. And so the issue of how to kill Batman on its face seems relatively straightforward, since Batman can literally be killed in any way that any other human can be killed. The problem with this is that if I read a story called The Death of Bruce Wayne, and it was about how Two-Face hired a sniper who shot Bruce Wayne from a rooftop, I'd be pissed. And so nobody wants to have the discussion about shooting Bruce Wayne with a sniper rifle. That's boring. So instead, we're gonna try to find a more creative way, to do this. So the question is this: what makes Batman so hard to kill? Well, obviously, Batman's a formidable fighter, being highly trained in combat and various martial arts, and he's actually an expert in most of those martial arts, training in about 127 different forms. Now, this training, paired with his peak physical condition, make him one of the most elite fighters in the entirety of the DC universe. However, there are also a whole bunch of other characters in DC Comics who possess superpowers, and some are so vastly powerful that they're well beyond characters like Superman and so on. Now, if Batman were to go up against someone like Superman or Martian Manhunter or Doomsday, Wonder Woman, or even a plethora of any of these other characters using only his fighting skills, he's going to be killed super easily due to their overwhelming strength. And so we have to turn our attention to Batman's other attributes in order to see what makes him so formidable, and probably the greatest asset to Batman is his almost inexhaustible wealth. Now, the reason I say it's Batman's wealth is that it allows him to develop and acquire all different forms of technology that make him a superhero, including body armor, the Batmobile, the Batwing, and all the other gadgets that he uses to fight supervillains. In addition to this, he has an extensive computer system in the Batcave that allows him to do everything from access security cameras all around Gotham to analyzing samples of blood, soil, chemicals, and basically anything else he finds. What also makes taking down Batman such a daunting task is not just his fighting skill and technology, but the fact that he's able to make such great use of them due to his genius-level intellect. It's because of Batman's intelligence that he's able to be one of the most efficient detectives in the DC universe, and his intelligence, coupled with his seemingly limitless resources, is the reason that many of his fans believe that given sufficient time to prepare, Batman could take on any threat. This is basically why you see stuff, Batman with prep versus such and such. And to that end, we've seen in comics several times when Batman has been able to take down characters that far surpass him in strength, usually by using a superior intellect and vast resources. In the case of the Justice League story Tower of Babel, which I have 2 videos on that you'll find down in the description and you're welcome to check out, the villain Ra's al Ghul steals a dossier full of plans that Batman's been keeping on how to defeat his Justice League teammates, including covering Martian Manhunter in nanites that will cause him to burst into flame, using Scarecrow's fear toxin to make Aquaman scared of water, and using a variation of his own red kryptonite to neutralize Superman through immense pain and sensory overload. Now, while Batman didn't actually carry out these plans, the fact remains that he had the knowledge and the resources to be able to take down an entire team of superheroes. And furthermore, this is not the only time that we see that Batman has contingencies to take down the League. In issues 35 and 36 of Scott Snyder's Batman series, the Joker's able to take control of Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, and Aquaman by using Joker Venom and sends them to kill Batman. Now it's here that Batman deploys Plan Fenrir, or a protocol that he has in place to take down the League. As part of this plan, Batman dons a powerful armored batsuit in order to fight the League and employs other safeguards that he has in place, like using the Blind Veils, an item created by the god Hephaestus that tricks Wonder Woman into thinking she'd already killed him, spraying a frictionless substance in the Flash's path to send him spiraling out of control, and using a quick-drying polymer that neutralizes Aquaman. Now, after the rest of the Justice League is defeated, Superman arrives and Batman battles him with gloves containing the shrunken red suns of dead solar systems and eventually defeats him by chewing a gum-like polymer laced with kryptonite and then spitting it in Superman's face. So yeah, basically, if Batman knows he's going to have to fight you, or really even thinks the possibility exists that he may have to fight you, he's gonna have a way to defeat you up his sleeve. He's gonna have a way to defeat you. And so with all that in mind, this really highlights the question, how can Batman be killed? Well, one way essentially is to take him by surprise and kill him extremely fast. And that threat would have to kill Batman before he could retreat to the Batcave and start formulating a plan to take them down. However, the most effective way to kill Batman is probably to exploit his altruism and endanger the lives of innocent people. We see a great example of how this can be successful in the first issue of Tom King's Batman series as part of DC Rebirth. In this issue, an airplane's been struck by a missile and careens towards Gotham, threatening to cause a catastrophic number of deaths. Now again, there's a video on this on my channel which you can watch in more detail, but basically Batman steers the plane, and in doing this, Batman prepares himself for the possibility that he won't live through the crash. So with that in mind, if you have a supervillain looking to kill Batman, the best approach may not be to attack him directly, since he can either outfight you or figure out a way to exploit your weaknesses through technology, but rather to put him in a situation where he has to choose between his own life and the lives of innocent people. And as we've seen, when those are the stakes, Batman is willing to sacrifice himself in order to prevent the death of innocent people. So with that being said, I know this is a pretty short video, but Batman is super hard to kill. Batman is ridiculously hard to kill. Like, you would think for a normal man, for a crazy guy running around Gotham City dressed as a bat, it'd be super easy to kill him. But it's not. At least if we don't take the easy road and just shoot him in the head with a sniper rifle from a rooftop. Like, if we don't do that, then it makes it really hard to kill him, because Batman's defeated basically everyone. Like, there's never really been a foe, aside from someone who can just wipe out all existence. There's very rarely ever been a foe where Batman didn't die, where Batman succeeded in living. Sometimes other people help him, but usually it's just him helping himself. So I'm kind of curious, if you guys can come up with interesting ways to kill Batman that I haven't listed here, post them down in the comment section, because I want to know what you guys think, because this was a tough one. This was super hard. And yeah, if you guys are new to this channel, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the sub button to become part of the Rob Corps, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.